violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, in school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
Why would they kill her? What type of girl is this?
New at 5, you heard her questioning, why would they kill her? Tears, heartache, and a community. Everyone's asking why tonight after a woman was gunned down outside a Memphis drugstore yesterday afternoon. The victim in this case, 60-year-old Juanita Washington. She was the head administrator at LYE Academy. That's a performing arts group in Southeast Memphis. You've seen featured here on Fox 13 before. And that's where we find Fox 13's Mandy Rock live tonight. Mandy, she was loved not only by the students, really by her whole community for what she did.
So guys, we did this story before, and I wanted to come back to it because they ended up finding a suspect. Well, they didn't find a suspect, but they have a video of him in a white van, it appears. So the police are making progress on this case. Obviously, this woman who ran this dance academy, like he said, she was well loved. People knew her, and you know, she made an impact on these young people's or these young women's lives that she touched.
Absolutely, Daryl. And I want you to take a look at this memorial here. This display of flowers and pictures have been growing outside of the studio all day. And through these doors, these students at LYE are holding practice like they do every Thursday. But rehearsal looks a little different tonight. They're leaning on each other and practicing how to hold on to the memories of the woman they knew as Auntie Juanita.
I don't know what to say to these kids. I don't know what to say to these kids.
Ladia Yates's tears say it all. She and her students at LYE Academy heartbroken after the senseless death of Juanita Washington, a beloved member of their studio.
And what I've told you guys before is that these super gremlins, they don't have any limits. Nobody's off limits. Women, the elderly, children. It's equal opportunity when it comes to who these super gremlins get down on.
I want you to see the pain in my eyes. I want you to see my kids and their parents mourning over a life that you took senselessly for no reason.
Washington was the head administrator at LYE. She was shot in her car at this Walgreens on South Perkins Road Wednesday afternoon and later died.
Our kids need people like her. This is the next generation. We need people like her, and y'all took her from us. Happy birthday to you.
Just 2 weeks ago, Washington celebrated her 60th birthday at LYE. Students hug her tight and hand her gifts.
And you could tell she was well loved. It's so crazy that she was taken out right after her birthday. Woo, man, this one is rough.
Unaware it would be the last time they would see her.
She welcomed me every time I come in. She was a very great person, and she will forever be missed. But she was very joyful. She always helped me when I didn't have a routine. She was very kind.
Now, Auntie Juanita's desk sits empty, surrounded only by flowers and picture frames in her memory.
I choose to remember her smiling and crying tears of joy like we last seen her the other week.
Though she's not physically here, LYE will always be her home.
She's gonna be here. I'm not gonna say ain't no rest in peace. She's here. She's here forever.
Mandy, I know you talked to Ladia Yates a lot today about this story, but she told you it was very important for her to get a message out. What message was she trying to get out?
And Daryl, Yates said she really wants to get this story out there and hopes it will inspire other people to put the guns down.
Well, this story needs to go straight to Black Lives Matter, and they need to handle this affair, honestly, because just like all the other stories that I cover on my channel, because Memphis is a hotbed for this stuff, and I'm not trying to diminish this woman's death, but because I know this one really stings, but there are other women and children who have been killed in Memphis who don't get a highlight. So we need to reach out to our loudest voices, and that just so happens to be the protesters, the people who organize events or riots or whatnot. Those are the people who need to be highlighting stories like this.
She's asking our elected officials and community leaders to do more to put a stop to this violence in our communities. And coming up in the next hour, we'll hear her message for whoever is responsible for this, and we'll tell you how you can help the studio honor her memory.
That is Fox 13's Mandy Rock in South Memphis tonight. Thank you, Mandy. Now, this year there have been at least 341 homicides in Memphis. That includes 27 children. The group Riot of Tears held an event to remember children lost to senseless gun violence. So coming up at 5:30, we're going to show you how that organization is doing their best to help grieving parents tonight.
Also tonight, a Memphis man locked up accused of crashing into a tire shop while running from Memphis police. Now, investigators say Kentrell Hullum was wanted on outstanding warrants.
Kentrell Hullum. It sounds like his name is Kentrell Hoodlum. But, you know, he has the same name as, I think, NBA Youngboy, if I'm not mistaken. And it shows.
When he ran into the business on Summer Avenue with his mother in the car.
WREG's Melissa Moon is live at that business tonight. And Melissa, was anyone hurt?
No one was seriously hurt, and that is the good news. But you can see some of the damage. This car that was sitting right here was clipped when Hullum came in here. This is Sal's Tires and Complete Automotive Repair. It is closed for the day. Employees today told us they were shaken up by what happened here yesterday afternoon. Police say they were trying to pull over Kentrell Hullum on Sam Cooper before he got off at Highland. Hullum had multiple felony warrants, including some for aggravated assault. Police say that officer sirens and lights were on, but Hullum refused to stop.
Oh, wow. Shocking. Another super gremlin resisting arrest.
They say Hullum's own mother was in the car with him, and she told investigators that she told her son to stop for police. Instead, they say he turned west onto Summer at a high rate of speed, crossed several lanes of traffic into open bays at Sal's. An employee captured video of the aftermath. Eddie Saros was in the bay when Hullum's car hit some tires and shelves. He said that he had to jump out of the way. A little scared?
Mm-hmm.
Did the car come near you? Mm-hmm. How close?
So he runs into an automotive shop. Clearly there are Hispanics running that shop. So you have the two polarities. A brother who's wanted aggravated assault, all types of charges, runs into an automotive shop where you see other disenfranchised black and brown people who are working hard for their cheddar.
$320.
3 feet?
My man barely speaks English, and he out here working.
3 feet or 3 inches from you?
2 inches.
Now, police say that Hullum got out of the car. He was eventually captured in the rear of this business. He is now facing a slew of charges, including reckless driving, evading arrest, and leaving the scene of an accident. In Binghamton, Melissa Moon, WREG, News Channel 3.
Tonight, officers make headway in a case that has left a family grieving for the last month and a half. But they still need help so that family can receive justice. Investigators want to locate 30-year-old Samantha Bowens. They believe.
Woo! That hairline is receding. Her hairline is she got a fade to the front that never came back. The weave done ripped up her roots. So I can understand why she's so angry and going and shooting up malls. But this just goes to show that in the community, a lot of our women are on demon time as well.
Believe she was involved in a shooting back on November 20th in the Oak Court Mall parking lot. That shooting left a young father, 21-year-old Jason Hill, dead. Family members tell us his 9-month-old son, Jalen, who he was holding at the time of the shooting, was shot 5 times.
He was just taking Jalen to the mall that day to buy him some shoes and some things for Christmas.
Little Jalen, whose aunt told us he was shot in the cheek, neck, hand, foot, and thigh, has been at Le Bonheur Children's Hospital fighting an uphill battle to survive.
Wow. And they say women are supposed to be the nurturing ones. I mean, she shot an infant 5 times.
Surveillance cameras from inside the mall captured several images of those believed to be involved in the shooting. While they look for Bowens, tonight investigators also need help identifying and...
So we got a woman with a receding hairline. And then we got 2 super gremlins with mask on. The usual attire. Designer clothes. Name brand clothes. But we're supposed to believe that they're doing this because of poverty. It's insane.
Tracking down a man they believe to be involved. They say those responsible possibly got away in a silver Chevy Malibu. Family members don't understand why the dad would be targeted.
He was a hard-working man. He worked 2 jobs. He also cut hair. Like, he was a very, got his head straight on as a young, as a young man. So I don't see why someone could have done it to him, or why would they even do it with him, and he had his child as well.
There doesn't have to be there doesn't have to be a reason. He probably corrected him or checked him on something. Maybe, I don't know. They felt offended. But these young dudes, they don't respect no authority, so you can't tell them nothing.
Shay Arthur, WREG, News Channel 3.
If you know anything, call Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH.
We have new information tonight about a Christmas shooting that left a 12-year-old boy dead. Look at your screen. Memphis police just released these photos of the suspected shooter's SUV. This shooting happened about 2:30 Christmas morning in the 1000 block of Haynes Street. Investigators say someone inside what appears to be a newer model Dodge Durango fired into a home, killing that boy. No arrests have been made. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH.
Memphis is on fire, y'all. Woo! 12-year-old, man.
It's just a sad situation for our family, and for it to happen on Christmas Day too.
The family of a murdered 12-year-old is devastated after someone shot and killed the child while he was playing video games in his own home. Tonight, the little boy's family is speaking out. Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson is live.
This happens too many times. I did another story with a kid in Alabama who was shot playing video games as well in his own home. It's like these stories just repeat themselves every single year.
Live on Haynes Street in Orange Mound. That's where the shooting happened, Daniel. And I mean, this hits you hard. The little boy was inside his home.
Inside his home, Daryl, and you know what? You can still see the remnants from where this happened. Right now, I am standing in the front yard of this family's home. Take a walk with me up to the porch here. You can still see where the bullets went through the home, labeled by police as A, B, and C. The scary thing tonight, folks, is this could potentially happen to any child anywhere.
He was a... Correction. This can happen to any child anywhere where super gremlins are located. Just had to make that correction.
A youngster not even in his teenage years who loved to dance. As seen here in footage his family gave me, this was his favorite pastime.
Always smiling with the family, always the one that making the family laugh.
His name was Artemus Rayford. His family called him Sean. His grandmother, Joyce Newsom, here holding Sean's mother tight. The mother so overwhelmed with grief, she was unable to speak.
It was unnecessary.
Memphis police not giving many details as to what happened, but Sean's family says his mother had just bought him a video game for Christmas. He was playing it when someone started firing shots outside the home.
Somebody got into it at the store, and they ran. And the guy came back on the street. He ran across people's, yard trying to get away from the gunman. And he was shooting, and the bullet shot her house and the house next door.
Sean.
You see how reckless? You see how reckless these super gremlins are, just shooting? No aim, running while they shooting, not taking cover, they just...
Sean's grandmother tells me the 12-year-old was a 7th grader at Sherwood Middle School. She says he played basketball and football for the Orange Mound Raiders. His favorite color, red. As they try to come to grips with what happened, they hold on to memories and cherish the short 12 years they had with him.
As we bring you back out live tonight, you're taking a live look at another one of Sean's favorite pastimes, football. I found that in the front yard of the family's home. Now, the family tells me they're struggling to come up with funds for the funeral. We put a way you can help them on our website, fox13memphis.com. Meanwhile, police not saying a lot tonight. The family thinks it knows what happened. I'm working on that part of the story for Fox 13 News at 10. Reporting live in Orange Mound, Daniel Wilkerson, Fox 13 News.
All right, thank you, Dan. The man wanted for the murder of rapper young Dolph is still on the run tonight. Over the past weekend, a post on what is believed to be Justin Johnson's Instagram account said that the 23-year-old planned to turn himself in today. But as of news time, that has not happened. Fox 13's Dominique Dillon is live at 201 Poplar. Dominique, you talked with a judge who signed off on letting Johnson out of prison just months into a 5-year sentence.
Uh-oh, so it looks like she spoke to the judge that let this super gremlin out early from his sentence because he actually shot up a bowling alley and, he got sentenced to 5 years and he got let out in 2.
Yeah, Daryl, Justin Johnson pleaded guilty to several counts of aggravated assault back in 2017 when he admitted to shooting 3 people at a bowling alley. However, we learned that after just a few months behind bars, he was let out and he was able to enjoy Christmas that year.
It's called the Department of Correction, not the Department of Punishment.
In late 2017, Shelby.
Wow. Well, do you think it was corrected? Look how dismissive this liberal judge is.
It's called the Department of Correction, not the Department of Punishment.
In late 2017, Shelby County Judge Chris Kraft approved a motion to suspend Justin Johnson's 5-year prison sentence after Johnson had served a little more than 5 months.
He appeared to be a very impressive young man without a record, and he...
Wow, I thought he did 2 years. 5 months on a 5-year sentence. Is that a joke? Is that a joke? That's like 10 to 12% of his sentence. Not even 85%. These super gremlins ain't even doing 85%.
Always admitted to everything that he did.
Memphis police and U.S. Marshals say the now 23-year-old Johnson gunned down young Dolph just 4 years later. So why can a man who shot 3 people at a bowling alley walk free so quickly? It's a question many people are asking, including Memphis's mayor, during an appearance on Fox 13's Good Morning Memphis Monday.
If you're guilty of aggravated assault, and that's shooting a weapon from one person to another person, there is no mandatory jail time.
Documents show just months after he was released, Johnson was arrested again for having guns and drugs.
The federal court prosecuted him for the gun and drug charge. And so when I gave him his 5 years, then I signed an order sending him to federal court. And that's the last we heard of it.
These people are getting off with little or no prison time.
Mayor Jim Strickland hopes Tennessee legislators approve a bill to strengthen the penalty for aggravated assault.
When you commit a violent act, I think you have to serve time. It has to punish, and it has to be a deterrent for others.
They're not
Punish, not correction, judge.
not animals, and they shouldn't be locked up in cages unless there's just no other way out.
So you're not an animal if you go into a bowling alley and shoot up 3 people, endanger the lives of others because you know these super gremlins can't aim. You're not an animal when 5 years later you shoot a known millionaire rapper for no reason. Yeah, put them in cages.
And we reached out to Johnson's attorney, Art Horn, for a comment on this situation. He says he will speak out potentially after his client turns himself in. Reporting live downtown, Dominique Dillon, Fox 13 News.
Now here's another look at Johnson's picture. Right now he is wanted for first-degree murder. Police say back on November 17th, it was Johnson who fired his weapon and killed young Dolph at Makita's on Airways. Now there's still another suspect police are looking for as well. Taking a look at the surveillance photo of the two. If you have any questions, if you have any information, please call Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH. This is major breaking news you'll only see on Fox 13 as we come on the air. For nearly 8 weeks, Memphis has been waiting for word of the arrests of people suspected of shooting and killing Memphis rapper Young Dolph.
Well, now three independent sources are telling Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre police have just arrested both of the suspects.
Jeremy's in our breaking news center. Jerry, I know you've been talking with all your sources today, daily, honestly, since the murder of young Dolph.
Absolutely, and because Young Dolph means so much to this community, both in terms of his music as well as service, I have been on this since the very beginning. And starting this morning, beginning at 6:30.
Peep the Gucci belt. My brother clean. Continue.
Or so, I began making calls. Now, let me take you through both of these arrests because it's remarkable they both happened on the same day. First, Justin Johnson. We first showed you this picture last week. U.S. Marshals identified and said they were searching for him, Justin Johnson. While we saw social media posts Johnson would turn himself in, he never did. Instead,
so this man put on his social media, he put on his Instagram live that he was going to turn himself in Monday. He never did. And they found his super gremlin behind in Indiana.
Today, Johnson, who calls himself Straight Drop, released a new music video. This new music video.
So this man released a music video. Wow. They do anything for clout. They do anything for clout.
Now the song is called Track Hawk and makes references to violence, including a line about 50 gunshots in 20 seconds and about wearing a mask. Today, 3 independent sources told me the rapper was captured in Terre Haute, Indiana, along a highway between Indianapolis and Louisville. That's about 6 hours away from Memphis.
That boy was getting out of Dodge. No bail.
Now, the second suspect, who until this point has not been named. But check this out. My sources now say the suspect is Cornelius Smith. Here's his mugshot. That was taken today. Matter of fact, a couple of hours ago. Earlier today, Smith was in the custody of the DeSoto County Jail. Just before this newscast, his charges were upgraded to first-degree murder, and he was extradited to Memphis. The offense date points to November 17th, the day Young Dolph was murdered. My sources say Smith is the second gunman accused of killing Dolph. My source also says he is the man in the surveillance video wearing the Bass Pro hat.
Wow. Breaking news, man. It looks like they're putting the pieces together. with young Dolph's murder, and hopefully these guys get convicted and serve the maximum sentence.
Now, just because these two men are behind bars does not mean this case is over. I will continue to work my sources. As a matter of fact, I should let you know, according to this release from the U.S. Marshal Service, Police Chief, Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis and Shelby County District Attorney General Amy Wyatt will hold a joint press conference tomorrow morning, January 12th, to provide more details. Now, of course, we're going to continue to stay on top of this. We're going to work to have more information for you all throughout this newscast. Reporting live tonight here in the Breaking News Center, Jeremy Pierre, Fox 13 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.